Let's build the deck and think about it while we build it. Okay. Let's see what we got. I find it interesting that these decks cut Dragon's Rage Channeler, but I don't know. I guess it's right. It's hard to evaluate that sort of thing without playing the deck. You can check out his guide on TCG Player. I think it's pretty well written, so that's why I'm looking at it myself. Just trying to get the good information. Better. Charm, consider, 4 counterspell. Two spell pierce, 3 lightning bolt. Murktide Regent. Oh, I already got those. What am I missing? Fire. Spider. Ragavan. Murktide. Duration. Oh, Unholy Heat and Bauble. That's what it is. Yo, what's up, Stu? Hope you're having a good one. He who is in the water, thank you for the 21 months of support. Let me know if I should open a chest for you. And if you want to be as cool as he who is in the water, just consider using your sub here. It's greatly appreciated. Hit, calling for it. Alright, we'll open it real quick to see what it is. Oops. Well, there's no dress down in my main deck, so... Also, you called full art to Kokiri Rod Farm. We opened a Barrows card and a red card. So I think you failed. Spell Snare seems reasonable, actually, but I'm gonna just run Ari's list as it is. Of an island. I'm gonna make one slight change. Ari has like 8 fetches. I think that might be one too many considering... Oh, I guess there's no surveilling, so actually that's not a risk. Never mind. Spawning turn. And the last card is Otawara. Otawara. Interesting that there's no, Sorry. Interesting that there's no Fiery Islet. I kind of like that. I don't really love the card as much as other people do. That. Not a fan of Islet. Fair enough. It's funny, a lot of people have said the same thing, that they're not a fan of Islet. I think if it's the 20th land you play, it's probably fine, but besides that, it's kind of not so good. 2 explosives. 2 cluster storm. Fury. But I was thinking about playing one less fetch land, and I realized there's no surveilling, so you don't actually run out of lands. Before, when you played DRC, there was the risk you would mill all of your fetchables, and it would kind of shoot you in the foot sometimes. But here in this version, that's not actually an issue, which is an interesting thing to think about. Mystical Dispute. Hearse. And the last card is Subtlety. So yeah, if you want to check out his article explaining the logic, it's on TCG Player, so that's a good place to check it out. So shout out to that. It made it really easy for me to build the deck and be confident that it has some thought to it. I was just questioning the land breakdown, but I think with the fact that you don't play DRC, it's completely fine. I mean, I guess hypothetically you could run out of fetchable lands, but that would be a really long game because you have 6 fetchables and 8 fetches, so that's like kind of within boundary. Lunchables? Lunchables is good. Okay. Let's see. I can delete the old ones. That's old. That's old. That's old. Alright. I just need to clean up this Decklist folder at some point. Fetchables? Lunchables? Well, I mean, it makes sense. File. Wait, so yeah, I have a modern RCQ IRL tomorrow, so I'm just checking my work through and through. There's no reason not to. Can someone tell me if the deck list is updated? Top picks. Well, the same 5 decks have been near the top for most of the time for the last few weeks, or last few months. Like, it's hard to justify not playing one of those 5, and I think it's like Hammer, both Cascade decks, 4-color, Izzet, or Grixis. Like Grixis, Ledger, Shredder, plus Shadow. I think those are all like pretty good decks. So it's really a hard sell not to play one of those, I think. But with prediction up, get your bets in, and we'll go straight to a match. Well, there is some like metagaming going on, but I think for the most part, you should just do one of those things, really. You should play Amulet between those two decks. Conan. Also, I think it's hard to metagame in RCQ because I think there's just a lot of people coming out of town. Like, that's like a real concern. Right, this person was last seen playing Living End, but well, this hand's pretty good no matter what, so. I played a bunch of Living End a few days ago, and I went 4-1, 3-0, and I finished the last two matches off stream, and it was a 5-0. So I think Living End's pretty good too. I mean, I guess I included that in Cascade. Where do you live, Freedmania? Oh, this is obviously a keep. It's just like sends. Okay, so this is like an Affinity deck of sorts. It's a good draw. I think we're just gonna like run away, play Shredder, Consider probably. Right, hit Urza, but can't cast it. I'm just gonna play Shredder, Consider. I don't think I need another Shredder. Land's good. I'm just so far ahead. Southern Florida? Is that where, like, Sman and Kuvi live? I'm so bad with Florida. No, Charm is just really valuable in this matchup because of Ursa Saga. I was just going to discard the second Shredder every time, I think. You don't know who they are? Fair enough. Maybe that's the wrong part of Florida. I don't know. I know Kuvi lives in Tampa. So I stayed at his house for one of the things. Okay. I think this Heat does not look good versus the Hearse. I'm just going to discard that. I kind of prioritize just growing the Shredder. And the Charm's going to be valuable. Oh, Tampa's 3 hours away? Got it. Fine. Monitor costs me too much. Should I just leave up the Charm? Or should I just play a 4-4 Merc? Project Dre, you're gonna have to calm down because I think if I just leave up Charm this turn, it's so hard to lose. I appreciate advice, but when you just say things like this is strictly better, or this is better without explaining why, it's not really that appreciated. Counter this. Just counter it, untap it. Well, taking with Charm I think is worse than countering it because it gives them a card and I don't think the 1-1 matters. So I think if you're going to do anything, you should just counter it. Another thing you could conceivably do... Alright, well, that's going to lock it up. I think so, Get Smart. I think it's kind of close, actually. I want to play this one. I don't even think I care about the Murktide. I don't think it matters. So what's the way this backfires? 3, 4, 4 artifacts. I wonder it costs 3 next turn most likely, maybe 2. I'm just gonna discard the Murk. I think if I just leave up counterspell, it's so hard to lose. Alright, not the biggest fan of Brags. Not the biggest fan of Spell Pierce. Sounds extremely good. Dispute's fine. Fury's good. Explosive's good. Project Dre, I just disagree with you. I think what I did was completely coherent and made sense as a plan. And I think it's better than what you're suggesting. Cut a Murktide? I don't really like that because I think that's like one of the ways. It's like the easiest way to close the game quickly. They main deck Hearse. Well, the counterpoint is, like, you actually have more answers to Hearse post board. But I guess I could also see that. Okay, I could get behind cutting one Murktide. I think that actually does make sense. A lot of those Affinity decks main decked Hearse when I was playing Living End as well. Nice, like, it was kind of weird. That's pretty good. Also, cutting Ragavan means I don't have to care about Memnite. Like, it's just not a card. I mean, it's a card in that it powers up the Affinity cards, but besides that, it doesn't really do much. Oh, Get Smart, how you been? You still doing the podcast with Gab? You could make a case for Blood Moon, but I've had Blood Moon backfire versus me a lot, because then you just can't cast your triple and double blue cards. Like, it's actually been an issue for me. With this hand, I actually think I am going to kill this. It's not a matter of slow. It's the matter of, like, it actually kind of messes you up a non-zero amount of the time. If that makes sense. Like, here... Okay, they didn't draw lands, they conceded. Well, that was an easy one. We take those. My guess is they didn't draw land, they just conceded. Because, like, it doesn't make sense otherwise. Wow, the believers are paid off, and the haters can go sawed off. You are such a bad moon deck. I kind of agree with you, but it's also like... what's the best way of putting it? I think it's good as a nail in the coffin in some of the matchups when you can set up, like, your fetch lands, like, fetch twice, and then, like, cast it versus, like, Amulet, or even, like, Living End. Pure poetry. Mono Black is a better Bad Moon deck. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play, like, about 2 leagues of Magic today. This one's last playing Izzet, so it's like an Izzet mirror. Oh, never mulligan this one. Obviously, you could just not draw land and fail, but I think you're supposed to keep these. I guess I'll just bobble them first. I should have actually bobbled first. Well, still casting this. Because I just need to find a land. Two earns. Yes, I am. Alright. This is a dangerous situation to be in. But let's just hope they have a bunch of stuff I can kill. I guess I should do it end step in case if they have a second one in their hand. Alright. Quickly approaching Disaster Town. And yeah, I'm playing an RCQ in Northern Virginia, Modern. How about yourself, DeJoy? Don't really like jamming this here, because it just like kind of dies immediately for almost no value. I'm just gonna say go. Modern in Pennsylvania on set. Good luck. Hope you do well. I think in Modern, the card you actually want to counter is Murktide and not Iteration. Because I think the Murktides are unkillable once you get them to 8/8. Whereas Iteration kind of just is the glue there. Where in Legacy, I think Iteration is the prize because Murktide just can be killed by a Power Blast. So it's just interesting things to think about, you know? Were they counterspelling this? Take it. Fine. Question is if I want the bolt. I don't think I do. just working it out though. The other question is if I should shove Murktide. It will be 3, 4, 5. I think I'm just gonna play Shredder instead. Fine. If I shove a Murktide, it'll still only be 6/6, which doesn't survive. So I'm gonna wait one more turn to shove on it. I'm just gonna like cast the Charm end step and see what happens. There was a bunch of 4C traverse lists running around. If you check Daryl Ayer's Twitter, you can find it as well. Care. No. I'll make 7/7 Merc and hope it's good enough. I was meant to exile one more of those. Fine. Again, I don't think that's the prize. I think the prize is just Murktide in this format. Like I said. You're saying someone this has a feeling of Force Spike? Yeah, it does. Fine. So I'm going to be attacking them, so I want to kill the Ragavan. The Shredder, like, obviously lets them... Alright, well that's a really good draw. I just want to save these for Mercs, or to protect my Merc, and just try to, like, 3-shot them. There might be like an Unholy Heat as well. Oh, me? Okay. I think they should have Unholy Heated before block. No, I guess if you Unholy Heat before blocking, I can bolt in response. Yeah, I thought they had 2 bolts or a heat. Get another loot, but that's fine. Hope they don't have a Murktide now. Korean traverse the even wall, it's sick. Alright. Looks like I'm pretty far ahead. Even something like Otawara doesn't save them really, I think, because the issue is I would just recast it and it would be the same size. Okay. They need to draw another red card to kill this. If they don't, it doesn't work. And then, like, yep. I think I got a little bit lucky that game. Remember when I missed my second land drop? And then, like, everything worked out just fine after that? That's very lucky, I think. I actually don't like Spell Pierce. And Ari doesn't like Charm, but I think I like Charm more than Counterspell, actually. They did waste a bolt on my face. Alright, the question is if I cut Charm or Counterspell. I basically save all counterspells for Murktide, as you could tell. Jace is kind of nice to reset. I think Subtlety is bad. I'm going to cut Charm, but I could see leaving Charm instead of Counterspell. It's kind of close. I don't think Spell Pierce is great. I mean, I did get advantage out of them in that game, but I think it just kind of goes dead past the first few turns of the game. So then, like, you're kind of locked into a position where you just draw Spell Pierce on, like, turn 7 and it does nothing. Oh, I don't think I want to cut Merc this time. I think it's just way too important. I also don't like Counterspell, but Ari was leaving them in. I'm gonna just try his plan for now. Like, you should just try different plans and see if they work. And then if you still don't like it, then, like, then you can cut it, you know? I don't know. A long time ago I was siding out all of the counterspells, but... And just because Charm could be, like, Divination. But... Murktide is so important in the matchup Wandering Winder. Like, basically this mirror is about Murktide. Question is if I play Hearse or Shredder. I'm just gonna play Hearse, actually. Basically, I view all of these mirrors as Murktide advantage matters the most, which is why I played to just protect myself from Murktide all of game 1. In the post-board games, with the Hearses, you can sort of protect yourself from Murktide a little bit better. Yeah, now I'm going to Shredder Consider as well, and it's like pretty good. I think I'm just going to get Steam Vents though. I don't think the life totals actually matter very much. This is not like a Delver Mirror. Like, your life total actually is not the most unsafe. Oh, we'll go. I don't need a third Shredder. I think Murktide's actually more important than Iteration. Which might sound crazy, but that's how I just view it. Right. Gonna be a Hearse off. I should have actually cast it first, then activated Hearse. That was a mistake. This time I care about the counterspell because I have Murktide mostly on lockdown. I'm just going to counterspell this. They're trying to debate if they should, like, give me a connive, I guess. I guess they weren't debating that. Never mind. Maybe they are still, actually. It rains, it pours. Counterspells. Counterspells are looking a lot better than Charm this game, that's for sure. Mostly because I have exactly 4 lands, so... If I had 5, it might be different, but... I'm gonna try to hit them for 8 with this first now. Because now I think it's the time to push 8 damage in. Yeah. Not even gonna dash the Ragavan. I think that just doesn't do anything. Boom! Headshot. Well, that was kind of a convincing victory. Game 1, I think, could have gone poorly for me. In that game, everything just went super smoothly. So... 2-0 so far. Yeah, the Hearse was extremely good there. I mean, neither player was going to have any, like, Murktides or Heats online, so... I think Murktide vs. 4C is actually close, but... people just love to throw hyperbole around. I think there's just a lot of positioning involved in the Murktide vs. 4C matchup. Well, I hate ban talks, that's why, so I'm not going to talk about it. Also, if you really want to support the stream, don't talk about bans. Hit that follow button and use your Twitch Prime sub here. Going to match 3. Opponent join, please. Opponent didn't join. So get your bets in if I'll win this match. I would not side in Hearse vs. 4C most likely. I don't think it does much. I think the problem with the 4C matchup with Siding and Hearse is it does seem like it's good on paper to do that, but it just, I think that's a good way to like walk into a tempo sinkhole via Solitude. And it's not really about trying to like make a big creature versus them, because I don't think that does that much. Also, Ice Fang lines up perfectly for blocking as well, so I think it's kind of a spew to do that all around. Just thinking about it out loud. Another pretty good hand. Let's see. Looks like Esper. Food, probably the spike deck. It's the spike deck. You know, because this is like the time sieve nonsense. What matters in this matchup is just countering their relevant cards. Whoa. What? Also, didn't unearth before activating Cookbook? Question mark? Why didn't they unearth the manufacturer first? I think I'm gonna kill the manufacturer. I think the Asmo is like kind of annoying, but I can probably find a way to deal with it later. Whereas playing the Shredders into the Asmo doesn't do much, so I'm just gonna hold Counterspell. I'm just gonna go land go, probably land go again, and then on turn 4 cast Iteration. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Like, playing the Shredders they just get killed. It doesn't do anything. I completely agree. One's probably too good. So their last card's unknown to me. I'm gonna start firing these off. Does the land matter? Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm gonna take one land regardless. Playing this out will just get killed by 2 food, so it's not worth it. I'm really just looking for a removal spell for Asmo now. They discarded Time Sieve. I probably wouldn't have done that. They also discarded Saga to the Cookbook, which was... This seemed extremely bad. No, I'm just gonna play Murktide and try to kill them. Because it's a 7/7? Oh wait, no, that doesn't work. Ah, fuck, I should have taken Ragavan. Okay, that was a mistake. Well, guess I'll still do it. I should have taken the Ragavan for sure. I should have thought further ahead. You're absolutely right, though. No, 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 no. I fucked up. Alright, guess I'll attack now. Do I go Shredder Heat? Or do I just go Heat Merc? Probably Heat. Consider Merc is probably best. Three, four. I'm maxed out. I have another iteration for Delirium for the Heat anyways, so. What's up, Cuddy's Gym? Yeah, because I just realized I have the iteration. I mean, the last card's another Asmo that's not even that bad because they can only get 2 food this turn cycle. I mean, of course, if they Daredevil, everything's off the table, so. We're just gonna 3-shot them with the Merc, I think. They played out the Ottawara. So do they have another Ottawara in hand? Just gonna try to hit them. I think I'm just gonna go Shredder actually, and just set up a huge flying force. That one can go. They've drawn cookbooks. Remember when they discarded Saga? On like turn 2? I'm just like, what the hell was that? Alright, they got Asmo back. It's fine. Oh, they drew Daredevil. That's kind of bad, actually. I guess it's not the end of the world, but... Can't believe they discarded Saga on that turn. That was so insane. Bolt kill them. Guess kind of low cost to do that. Bolt you, put you to 8. This is 5, 6, 7. Keep that. Guess I'll bolt them first and just loot twice to figure out what's up. No, I've not seen that. It's hard to find every single list on the internet. Not gonna lie. Actually. That for 6. He loves Seasoned Pyromancer, that's what I noticed. So they can gain 3 again, but they're still dead. Because you can only crack one of the food tokens, you're 5. and then I attack for 6 flying. So it's kind of whatever. Alright. Oh, is that what happened? Someone top 8 with a 1-1 record? Sounds... don't know the best way to put it. That's something alright. Right. I know Spike was working this deck, but it's been a while, I guess. Where is it? Esper, food, modern. Yeah, a lot of small events. I'm trying to figure out what to cut. Spell Pierce seems kind of not great to me, actually, although... Let's Spell Pierce. Set and Dispute. I think this sounds good. I think versus this particular version, I think the moons are even more appealing. But I also kind of want Herson. It's kind of like hard to fit everything in. I think Borrower can go. Alright. I guess I'll have Herson, and then the question is what else can I cut? E is good, yeah. I'm so stretched. Maybe I should side out some of the counter magic, though. Although I think counterspell is pretty damn good versus them on the whole. I think the removal is important. It's not a lot of things you can side out, though. Cut some monkeys. I think monkey's pretty good versus them, actually. I don't think they have that many cheap blockers. Right. I'm gonna just shave around the margins, which is probably not correct, but I was running out of time while I was thinking, so I'm just gonna shave a little bit from each category. This is fine. This is not like the most insane hand. I think I'm gonna sandbag the Consider for turn 3, most likely. Because the thing is, like, if you use the Consider on 1, you don't really have a guaranteed way to trigger the Shredders on turn 3. Of course, if, like, they have a really fast draw, I might reconsider. Pun intended. That's actually a good draw. Now I can counter an Emery that comes out next turn. Maybe I can't side out Spell Pierce because of Unearth, but I don't know. That was fine. They discarded Saga again, chat. I think they just undervalue how good this card is. It's just, like, kind of crazy. Fuck. Now if I play this into that, it will just die, so it's like kind of pointless. Come on, there. So it is my... So once I draw an answer for Asmo, I think things will work out fine. But before that, until that happens, it's not great. Oh, I should have taken out the Emery because of Unearth, actually. Mistake. Say go. I hope this doesn't kill me. If it does, that will be tragic, but I don't think it's terribly likely to. Is that good, chat? Is that good? If so, why? Asmo has 0 CMC, so that's why it's good. Water grave for food? Let's see. See, when I tried this Esper food deck, I felt like it had a lot of issues. And I still think it has a lot of issues after every time I played against it. It mostly looks like this almost every time I play against it. A little bit awkward. I thought the Ottawa was more valuable in the time, but... I think Ragavan's better than a third Ledger Shredder. It's fine. Oh, wait. Can't prove for that much. Alright, whatever. Worth hitting them for 6? Or should I play around Unearth? I guess I should play around Unearth, actually. Because, like, I could lose if they, like, unearth a manufacturer in some weird barrage of shit. Yeah, well, so I'm glad I didn't try to attack with that. Also, that explains the no Gigantha, actually. Yeah, imagine Saga made 2 6Xs instead of not making any 6Xs and just being discard to cookbook. I will imagine it. I can just discard that. Like that. Know that. So I hit them for 6. Unearth. Tragic, there's nothing for me to unearth. I think I want to hold this. Well, wait, Ragavan plus Shredder is actually pretty good because you can almost always get a Connive every turn if you want to. If you keep the Rag. So, this is like something that comes up. Just think about it when you're playing these like Shredder Ragavan decks. Just gonna see if I can connive into some more damage. I would rather keep that, I think. I need the heat. No, but the bolt's good. I guess maybe by this point I could just discard Otawara, actually. Don't think I actually did it now. I'm just held out for it in case it was going to be useful. Oh, they didn't make Borrower to try to block. Alright, so you go. You crack a food, I kill you. Or you do that, I kill you. They weren't gonna beat Bolt regardless, I think. Our chat, we're 3-0? 3-0, 6-0? Alright, I think I'm gonna take a quick 3 minutes before the 4th match and run a quick ad, but I'll be right back for match number 4. I'm gonna run a quick ad, get some more water, be right back. Alright, chat, I'm back. Get your channel point predictions in. We're 3060 with Izzet Murktide in Modern currently. Alright, match 4. Let's go, chat. Amulet Titan. Alright. Well, Ragman's like one of the most important cards. So I'm gonna keep. Oh, no Grazer, no Grazer, no. Fuck! Hey, Grazer. This is bullshit, chat. Utter malarkey. Fuck. Need a land really badly. Well, I probably lose now. But I'm never gonna mulligan this hand versus Amulet, so. I am getting ranched. And not in a good way. I am completely dead, I think. Well, this did not end up well, but you know, sometimes that's how it is. If they have like Primeval Titan, I'm almost completely dead. No Titan, I guess? Let's see, I think. I'm still losing by a lot, though. It doesn't matter. Probably gonna just lose. I probably should have discarded a spell, actually, and hope that they bricked off more. Because then, if I drew a land, I could just play a Murktide and hope it kills them. It bogged me anyways, never mind. Okay, well. Glad that they attacked both. Because now I can get a hit in and get some mana and play the iteration, I guess. Counterspell doesn't do anything, so I'm just going to take lands. Alright, I'm dead. They get Primeval Titan and it's just all over by that point. Alright, let's see what Ari says about this matchup. Nothing, but I think we should be able to figure it out. This is not great. This is good. This is fine. These are good. What's bad? I think Spell Pierce is good on the play and kind of sus on the draw. So just shave some threats. Archmage's Charm seems kind of bad to me, actually, but maybe it's like 3 charms a Shredder go. You don't really need to draw a lot of threats versus them. Could also be could also be like 2 Murktides, a Charm, and a Shredder. Just like shaving around the edges again. Could also make a case for a Lightning Bolt, but I think like clearing Grazer so Ragavan can connect actually matters. Okay, I'm gonna do this then, because no one has told me otherwise. Alright, we got the plan. Did they side into 62 cards? 8. Okay, they did side into 62 cards. That's interesting. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but... Fire Spout. Let's see. I guess they go. Okay. Do we have Bounce Land? No Bounce Land. Bounce Land would be really good there, but they made Forest because it plays around Blood Moon better. I'm gonna just know that. Just trying to look for... That's kind of okay. I guess attack first. See if I find something good off their deck. Although it's like kind of hard to find good cards off their deck. That's definitely not good. Wait, and controls that. I think this is better. Don't think casting Grazer is good, but casting that is good, so I will. Nine plus 9 is 18 damage if they have nothing. They might have endurance, but that's fine. Alright. I was hoping they would target me, but they didn't. If you just target me for no reason, then I can bolt the thing twice and then it would just get +2. Oh, maybe I should have just let them block. Actually, I should have just let them block the Ragavan. Not even sure that they would, but I should have given them the opportunity to kill themselves, I guess. Because the Endurance is basically a chump blocker. Alright, game 3. That was a mess up. I should have just let them block. Alright, don't want to change anything. I only left in 2 Murktides and I had one fast. That was kind of lucky, I guess. Maybe the answer is Charm is kind of a trap. Maybe this is better. To go to 1 Charm, 3 Mercs. Maybe go down 2 Bolts. I kind of like Bolt for finishing them, though. Is that crazy? Might be crazy. Maybe this is better. Go back to 4 Shredder, 2 Charm, 3 Merc, 1 Bolt. Just on the theory that Bolt is less useful on the draw as well. Could also make an argument for taking Spell Pierce out of your deck, but I think it's useful to like think I keep. Question is how to play this hand. If I draw another land, this hand becomes a lot easier to play. If I draw another one, they're still at 62 cards. Well, it's really good. Because I want to hold the bauble for Shredder on too. To know about. Alright, feel really far ahead again. Salty, an excellent draw. Thinking about not settling it, but the problem is if they just have Cavern later, it's like pretty bad. Or they bottomed it too. So it's like I forced it, I guess. Right, tech for 4. Alright, just say go. I don't think that matters. Might be regretting this now. Incarnation. That means endurance. Almost assuredly. A call. It's also like, it's not that big of a call for me because I can just kill that with heat anyways. Oh! I should cast Consider to connive. Oh my god, I was so close to casting a Titan. Well, still correct to do it, but I should have done it before damage. Right. I would discard that anyways, though. I'm gonna hold this to discard, I think. We'll hit a Titan. Slayer Stronghold, which cuts off a lot of their... Okay. This is probably... Say go. So, I think this cuts off a lot of their good draws, especially since I hit the Stronghold. They can play a Titan, This is why I also counterspelled the tracker earlier. I knew that it was so likely they would get to pick up the cavern off of bounce land. So do you have Radiant Fountain in your deck? You do. And they're bogging me as well. Oh shit. I F6. I was supposed to actually heat that with the trigger on the stack, because it would be an extra point for that. Because that would be exactly 8. Because it would see the heat leaving the graveyard, but I accidentally hit F6. That was also a mistake. I just hope that doesn't cost me. Obviously it could, but that was the final point. I had the kill, just needed to use my cards. I still think I'm in good shape, though. Of course I could lose. So I think I actually gonna, well, we'll see what happens, but if they have a land in hand, they can pack for Dryad. Fine. Well, we'll see what happens, but I don't like my shots anymore. God, I can't believe that 1 point is going to cost me. 1 point is 5% of their life total, though, so can't just be giving up those 5% edges, chat. Oh my god, they had a second Valkia in hand, so am I just dead? Guess we'll find out if I'm dead. If they have another land, I'm dead. Oh my god, that's so sick. The 1 point cost me, chat. Don't win. Fuck. I can't believe I threw it. Actually, I guess I can believe I threw it, but I wish I hadn't thrown it. Well, I could have won if I just cast Unholy Heat with the Bog trigger on the stack. If I just, like, F6 through, which is obviously not ideal, so... Of course they had perfects after that, but I could have avoided it, so... Alright, gonna take a few seconds, but new prediction up for match 5. I'm gonna just wait a few seconds before I start the last match, just to decompress a little and think about it. Well, I mean, I know what I did wrong, but I wish I hadn't done it wrong, obviously. I mean, chat, get your bets in for the last match of this league. Not sure if I'll play another league with Izzet. I might play another deck. What else should I play? I played Living End. I played 4C a while back. I played Grixis. I guess I haven't played Hammer for a while. I guess I could boot up a Hammer League after this and see how that goes. Alright, I guess I'll boot up a Hammer League after this. Just for science. Just to get all of the reps in. Alright, last match with Izzet. Again, thanks for being here. If you're new to the stream, hit that follow button. That's free to do and help support the stream. If you really want to support the stream and you have Amazon Prime, consider using your Prime sub here. And if you really want to support the stream in other ways, check out the Coaching, Prime, Discord, and Patreon links in the stream title. And here we go, 5th match for the 4-1. First one was last playing Esper Control. Hand would be better if I had to turn 1 threat, but with the way it's set up, I think this hand's pretty good, and I'm not going to mulligan. It definitely does look like Esper. We're gonna have to settle in for a long one, chat, but I think it's gonna be fine. Let's see, how many Jaces do they have? 2 Jaces, but I think I can do this safely. Kind of just want to trade. If they play Jace and they just brainstorm, I can just bolt it. Now I didn't even get punished here, so that's great. Fine. Alright, say go. Don't want to get Teferi'd. Teferi would be really hard to come back from. I'll just kill it with a red removal spell at their end step. probably the lightning bolt. Ganja. I'm gonna do this, I think. Kind of like how this plays out. Spell Pierce looks like it's not particularly useful. I think the heat might be more important for like a stray Teferi or something that might stick. Oh, it's March. Otherworldly Light. Sure, fine. So how many verdicts do they play? 3 verdicts. Okay. I don't think I want to commit then. Fine. Delirium. Self-pierce is always good, chat. Always good. Oh, it's fine. I'm down 2 iterations, so it's kind of hard, but at least I have 2 planeswalkers covered. It's not bad. I think it was correct to discard the Pierce by that point, though. I can loot away a land, so I think this is just correct. That's good. Yeah, it is kind of funny that it worked out that way, but... Eat it. The Holy Heat is just kind of insane. Oh, that's a really good draw, too. I think maxing it is just correct, actually. I think I should just leave up Charm for Snapcaster instead of keeping the heat. Because Snap Verdict is a way I could lose. Just untap. I'll fetch upkeep to thin. Because now, like, I'll keep 1 fetch for Bobble, but okay, that's really good. Now I think my opponent's blue. I'm gonna counter it, just on the off chance that they opt into another Verdict, even though I don't think they play more Verdicts. But if they like opt into Verdict, it would be really, really terrible. Like, and I also just have another spell covered with my second charm as well. Alright, don't think Lightning Bolt is actually very good in the matchup. Jace, Dispute. Cluster's okay. Don't think it's the end-all, be-all. Well, kind of pre-boarded. Do I want Blood Moon or Magus? Maybe Blood Moon, but not Magus. But it's also kind of hard to tell. Alright, I'm not sure if I should have Blood Moon. Probably not on the draw, maybe on the play. I think I'm just satisfied with this. Pretty good hand. I'll bobble myself to see if my top card's good. If it's bad, then I'll just shuffle it away, play Ragavan, but... it's actually probably a better than average draw, because all I want to do is actually build up the graveyard for this Murktide as well. And I have another fetch. If I didn't have that other fetch, I think probably I shouldn't keep that bobble then. Ending. Well, that's not great. Say go. Okay, that's not good, but fine. I think I'm just gonna keep in, run it out on this turn cycle. Fetch a basic island, run out the borrower, start attacking them, force them out of position. Okay, fine. We should have done this first. Okay. I don't really need this Fire Bluff now. I'm drawing a few too many Murktides, but it's okay. We'll probably get to a board state where I can just like trade them off one for one with like verdicts or whatever. Unfortunate, but I have to play it. Okay. That's very unfortunate, but whatever. Remember, I know they still have Verdict, so I really don't want to play out my Shredder into it. I think I'm just going to play a land and say go. See you later. Alright. If I get to untap with both charms, I feel decent about my shot. Decent. Back. Say go. Kind of feels like I'm just going to like beat them pretty easily with all my spells in hand. I mean, like, this seems really not hard to win with. I'll let that go and just play a Murktide. Your turn. It's slightly problematic. I'm gonna cast Iteration looking for Unholy Heat now. So I'm gonna hold on. Ledger, Trevor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 2. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this. Bad. Cast it. Oh. That. Just gonna play out the Murktide again. I think this is fine. 8/8 Merc. Better have something good this turn. Wow. Alright, you got it. Do they have a verdict? Yes, as their last card. Pretty much has to be verdict. Yep. Oh, I should have played Shredder or Dash Monkey actually, but I guess this, if I hit a Planeswalker this way, it's actually better to do this first. Like, suppose I just hit Teferi 5. Good. That's okay. Okay. What happened to their memory deluge? Was that this game or last game? Did they relic their own memory deluge? I guess they did. Do I care? Seems like I probably do care, actually. Even if they have Verdict, it's not that bad for me because I still have Ragavan. Alright, nice. Easy 4-1. Could have been a 5-0 if I played better, but, you know, is what it is. So yeah, that's Izzet Murktide. Ari's Izzet Murktide. Deck feels extremely good. It's one of the... I mean, I think it's one of the best decks in Modern, like at least top 10, if not top 5, so makes sense. Alright, I think I'm going to do another league with Hammer instead, but that's it for Izzet for now. But we will still play more Modern today.